My goodness, a lot has transpired since I filmed this interview with Adria English. So much, in fact, that I had to add this disclaimer before you guys watch part 2. Last night, Adria fired her manager, Lionel B. I was able to speak to both Lionel and Adria to confirm this, that they will no longer be working together. They had a fallout, it seems, on their stream, a stream where Lionel B was calling out Jaguar Wright and Natanya. Now, we are big fans of both Jaguar and Natanya. I don't want to get into beefs. Natanya has already responded, but so much has transpired that I wanted you guys to know. There's a lot more to this story. In fact, I almost wanted to pull this part 2 because it seems there are even more discrepancies and things coming out. But I thought, no, let me deliver this episode as is so you can watch Adria's story and make your own decision. There are some things in here that I think will be useful for people trying to find the truth. The views expressed in this video are of our guests alone. This interview is not confirmation of any of their allegations. These are opinions. Any name mentioned here is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. If you missed part 1 of our exclusive interview with Adria, you can click up here to watch that first. Before we get to part 2, I want to reiterate that legal disclaimer. I am not confirming anything she's saying here. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. I wanted to hear her opinions, her story, her allegations, but they're her opinion, her allegations alone. I honestly don't know where to stand yet in all this. That's why I wanted to have this interview, to get my own opinions. I hope you will form yours as well. We're going to talk about Adria's story as well as Mesha and some of the discrepancies that have come out since she told her story.
Mesha's had 2 babies for him. She has a scar that goes from right here to her neck down to the end of her belly.
From who?
From the home doctor that came to the house to take the babies out of her.
No, but babies with who was the father? Do we know?
Diddy is one of the fathers, and then she had a threesome with Nelly and Diddy, and she don't know which sperm made it in her, but Diddy's been raising or took both of the babies. And she's since had a regular child in her own personal life, and she had it naturally through her vagina. And the doctors asked her, why does she have this big, long C-section scar when her body is made to have kids naturally? And that's because they cut the babies out of her. And that's not allegedly.
Look, I don't want to, I never want to be a place where we're doubting either of you guys. I don't, but
that's
we talked about this earlier. You came on to sort of.
We're doing the lie detector test. We got that coming for y'all. Shout out to my boy and my manager, Lionel B. We doing that on our next one. It's going to be me and Mesha on there together. He's sending a professional lie detector to test in her home state. We got the camera crew following her. They're going to ask her all the questions.
Look, I'm trying to help. That's not going to help. They're just going to say Lionel B's in it with you. You got to do that third party without him. If he's your manager, I'm just being honest.
Third party, that's what I'm saying.
You got it, but I'm just saying, if you do it on his channel, no one's going to believe it because there's now, and I got no beef with Lionel. He's been good to me. We had him on Friday. He verified a lot of this, but I'm just warning you.
I'm the one that brought Mesha to him. Mesha didn't want to talk to nobody.
I hear you, and I don't have a beef, but I'm just saying. I think that's
people are saying that Lionel B is trying to manage us or pimp us or guide us or tell us what to say. No, Lionel B had his platform before he ever met me. He contacted me like everybody else, and I was a fan of Lionel B, and I said, I will do your platform. And our numbers did so well, I asked him to manage me. And then I told him I am in direct contact with my girl, Mesha. I want to bring her on too, because I've been referring to her. I want to let everybody know she's a real person. She didn't even want to talk. She wanted to remain Jane Doe because every time she called a lawyer and try to tell him her story, nobody will take her. But everybody want to get all the details so they can write their own independent book. They already made the movie Blink Twice about us telling. She gave them the rights and the information back. She gave the lawyers the information, and they made the movie Blink Twice.
There was this thought about, they're just ripping off Blink Twice. You're saying, oh no, they ripped you guys off. That was something that was already out there.
Yes.
And then can you address sort of, because I talked about this with Lionel B, the biggest also problem is there's issues about the sushi girl. There's issues that's not Mesha. There's also issues with
multiple. That's not Mesha. No, that's not. He had multiple parties with multiple tables. It was 3 and 4 girls on a table per party. Y'all showing the wrong picture.
I can confirm that. Here's another Meek Miller patch where he had a whole separate girl at that party. It does seem like there were multiple people doing that. So
Allie Carter was also on the table. You guys not showing her picture on the table. That picture that they showing the other one with the girl with the black hair the other picture, that's Mesha. The other one was she crying because she's yelling out, I'm only 13. Courtney Burgess, he can confirm that Mesha was on the table.
What about
That's
the lawsuit?
not allegedly.
Because the lawsuit has a lot of discrepancies. Is this Mesha's lawsuit? Was she repped by Cassie's attorneys?
Mesha has not had a lawsuit because no lawyer will take her. I filed my lawsuit in the Southern District Court in New York City back July of this year. My court is my case pending is 114 pages. Y'all can go read it.
Now, because this lawsuit has the Dolce and Gabbana pictures in it.
That's mine.
No, this is yours. Is this one? I got yours here too. Adria's,
okay.
But there's a Jane Doe.
Those are her pictures. Yes, those are her pictures.
So this was a Jane Doe lawsuit filed back in earlier November of last year from Cassie's lawyer.
Right, but he never. That's her pictures. He never contacted her though. But those are her. That's her image in those particular photos right there. Yes.
So this Jane Doe is lying. This is not Mesha.
No, those pictures are those. She might be telling the truth about what she's saying in that complaint, but those photographs in those complaints are my homegirl Mesha.
Because now I'm a little confused.
Unblur the face. If they unblur the face, they will see it's Mesha's face.
Well, but Lionel B was on and sort of cleared this up and said, well, that's not, they made her change her age. He said this was her lawsuit. So now I'm getting different stories.
She's never filed a lawsuit.
So maybe he misunderstood?
All she filed was a police report back in 2012 and they sealed it. She testified in the Epstein case. She got paid in the Epstein case because she was on Epstein Island. And she told him about Diddy and stuff, and they sealed his part.
So, because my concern is then someone's lying in this lawsuit, which could happen. Just because one person lies doesn't mean everybody's a liar.
Because she was afraid to come out. She was never going to come forward. I made Mesha come forward.
So she's not repped by Cassie's firm. This Jane Doe's not her.
She needs a lawyer, everybody. If there's a lawyer who's not afraid to take her, please. When she talks about the prince and a lot of the presidents, they get too scared to take her.
How is your lawsuit going? I mean, you've not hidden your feelings for Ariel. We've had her actually on the show. You guys have had your sort of public. Do you have a new lawyer? Do you have any response or sort of update on your case?
Yeah, I'm currently representing myself, and I love it. I have a great strategy. I have a lot of evidence, a lot of surprise witnesses. You guys are going to be amazed. But I am in consultation with other counsel. And the reason why they haven't officially signed on with me because my former counsel did a lot of things wrong and I had a lot of fires I had to put out. For example, my case was filed in federal court, but never served to Diddy or his lawyers, period. He's still never been served before. What kind of lawyer files a lawsuit in the court but don't serve the person you're suing? To this day, he hasn't even been served yet. So that's why it just looks like I just filed just to run around doing press. That's why they haven't responded or even probably tried to settle or do any move forward because they haven't even been served. And then another thing, a few motions that were supposed to be made and dates and stuff, she didn't show up for. This is before we went bad. She doesn't even have a New York license, has never even tried a case in federal court. She's based out of Florida and Atlanta. She was never supposed to be my front attorney. She was only supposed to represent my case in Miami because my crimes against me happened in New York and Florida. I contacted her to handle my Florida representation. My attorney, Steve Metcalf, turned ill and couldn't do the things he needed to do. And so he had her take the lead and let her work through his license. And the Little Mermaid lost her mind. She took that as a opportunity to do press and run around making admissions and statements I didn't make and then trying to silence me and offering me money in a contract not to do any press while she runs around and do press. She didn't even want to do press together. And I'm the client. You can't just run around and just do whatever you want to do when the client is saying that's not what they want. Even if I want to crash and burn, that's me as a client. It's my obligation. And then when she wouldn't answer the phone, and then Steve is in the hospital and stuff, and swollen up, and I'm like feeling ignored, and this is a serious thing. I'm like, well, I need to hire additional representation. She had a problem with that. She wanted to be legal, PR, press, manager, pimp, everything. And I couldn't deal with it.
That's very interesting. I mean, Ariel Mitchell was on the show, your previous lawyer, and she was saying that it was you who's the one who was saying too much out of turn in the press.
But she can run around and sell child porn instead of handing it over to the authorities or to the victim itself.
And then the other players in this case, Chris Todd, do you believe he wrote the book or Courtney did? What do you stand on that? I'm just curious.
Chris Todd contacted me directly, personally. I have his cell phone number. He reached out to me and he told me what's up. And he was privy to information and he took it upon himself to write his own version and put it on Amazon. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that because I asked him the same thing. Why didn't you hand it over to the family or to the principals? But everybody, those people are the ones looking for the payday. Nobody going after them people, but the actual principals that were there, y'all want to go after us. But the people that are actually writing books and making movies blink twice off of us telling them our story, y'all not saying anything to them.
And then I had two more things just because I have you. You've been really calling out his family, Diddy's family, like incestuously, like his mom's his aunt. Like you stand by all this. That's the truth.
And her name ain't really Janice, it's Janet. Check the marriage license. That's why he put all the stuff in her name. That's why he has the obsession with the white nails in the dark contrast, because she's dark skinned and wears light nails and blonde hair. That's why they kiss on the lips and in the mouth. My friend Mesha has had a threesome with Diddy and his mama auntie. That's not his mother, she's his aunt, who's played his mother his whole life. And when his dad got killed, she groomed him to be his dad because she felt it was her obligation, but she should have left the sex side of it.
I got to say allegedly. I got to cover
allegedly. I got to say allegedly too, because I wasn't in the bed with her and Diddy, but Mesha was. And she used to drink Mesha's milk, allegedly. Kept poor girl in a cage at one point of her pregnancy and fed her human flesh. And I'm going to say allegedly, but we're going to get to the bottom of it. And I'm coming for y'all in this world and in the spiritual realm. I'm coming.
Well, I appreciate you coming here. I don't know what's happened. I do. You are very passionate and you stand by it, and I appreciate that about you. I will say that, and it's gonna obviously everyone will make up their own mind, but I really appreciate you coming in here and taking the time and talking to us and trying to clear the air.
Shout out to everybody watching the Popcorn Planet. Y'all know what it is. Your girl Adria English, aka Adria Marcy. That's who I really am, the God of War. Go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Adria Cherie English. If you have any love in your heart, please send me a Cash App so I can keep the stories going. I got at least 3 to 5 years worth of stories. I want to come back on here, tell Andy more, give y'all more exclusive. Follow me through the trial. I got everything for y'all. I'm going to give y'all the real tea, piping hot, mixed with the Arnold Palmer. We got the tea mixed with the lemonade. And if you keep riding with me and you trust God, if you're on God's side, then you know I ain't lying. And a lot of people out there, you know somebody that's been sexually abused or trafficked. And if you have a family member in a third world country that needs a voice, you tell them to email me, consultingcherie@gmail.com. I'm going to give it to Andy. You reach out and I'll help tell your story, and we will bring the evildoers to justice.
That is our goal here. Let's just get to the bottom of it. We were talking about trying to get Mesha in here. I'd love to have her on at some point. Feel free. She's always welcome. Connect us. I'm sure the fans would love to hear from her.
Definitely. You guys stop bullying her.
Indeed, we shouldn't be bullying anybody. I think a lot of people just had questions, and I'd love to talk to her. I'm glad we got to talk to you. But before we go, I did want to, you texted me something about Ray J and the Combs family. Can you elaborate further? What's your issue with the Combs sons?
Justin, Christian, and Quincy had the nerve to surround Ray J in attempts to fight him. And then had the nerve to say they had guns and wanted to unalive him. And Chris Brown had to break it up. So I said, don't be running up on Ray J because he doesn't want to be down with your daddy's program. Christian, you were underage in the magazine on the page with me. You're underage, Christian. You don't know anything. Y'all been getting dope from the bottle. He been putting that ketamine and stuff in y'all's bottle since y'all was kids. Y'all all have sex with each other. Y'all stop lying. Mesha is not lying. Stop lying. Quincy, stop lying. You used to help Mesha when they would give her the water baths, when they would leave the house. You used to help Mesha and talk through the door and tell her it's okay and give her food and let her take a bath. Quincy used to help her. Quit acting like you guys don't remember her. You all are going down. You know exactly who she is. You all had sex with her. You made her whole strap down. Why you guys took turns? Stop lying. To God be the glory.
I don't know how to follow that up. I appreciate you being
That's
here.
not allegedly.
Allegedly,
Fuck it.
thank
if
you.
I'm lying, sue me. Excuse my language, you two.
Allegedly, the Combs family,
Allegedly.
all the people she's mentioned will, I'm sure, have no doubt deny all of this. I have to say that. I don't know what actually happened, but please do your own homework. And this is not all factual. I can't confirm any of this. Do you think he's going to get out?
I say no. And if they do it, then it's a whole conspiracy and Donald Trump in on it too.
You've been with a lot. I don't even want to go there because it's risky. But yeah, I mean, without saying the president's.
No, let's not go there. But he was at the parties because he wasn't the president back then.
But I'm not even. I don't want you to pinpoint any of them. But you've said this, and you will double down again. Princes, presidents, they're all complicit.
Current lawyers that are representing clients right now, all of them.
That's scary, man. I want to get to the bottom of that, and I appreciate you uncovering that, and I realize how risky that it is. I know some people are going to have a problem.
We'll come back, Andy. I'll talk to you again.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Some people are going to have a problem with you, but I'm glad you came here and gave us that opportunity to sort of air it out. You guys make your own decisions. Please, not everything here was factual, alleged, hearsay, opinions. Allegedly. It's a lot of it. We're trying to have a conversation to have those opinions to get to the bottom of it. So nobody come at me trying to say that this was all factual and come and sue me. Use your minds, your brains, guys. Do other research. Please, whenever you're seeing these interviews, let us be able to have these conversations, to be able to have them so you guys can then go talk to others, talk to other people, make up your own decisions. That's imperative as we cover this case. We can't be shut up by the SZAs and everybody and the Jay-Z's. Right. We got to be able to talk it out.
Of course, they don't want us to talk about it. But I mean, do your real research. Write your congressman, write these labels, write the artist directly, find out why Justin Bieber having breakdowns. Find out why Justin Bieber turning to the Lord. Find out why he having strokes, why the size of his face being paralyzed. That poor baby, Usher didn't have to take him over there. Usher, I want your ass, Usher, your ass getting it too. You took him over there. You didn't have to do that. You knew what he was going to do to him. You said you wouldn't even take your own kids over there, Usher. Why you do him like that? He had a chance. You took that from him, Usher. And what did Diddy promise you for that, Usher? What did he promise you? And did you get it? Are you living it now? Huh? What did he promise you to take him over there? Why did you do that?
Allegedly, I got to say it. Although Usher's a weird one because he's acknowledged on camera that he was at those flavor camps underage himself. So look, I understand why we're having these conversations and people like Usher can't be mad that these sort of opinions are being floated out there because he himself has spoken about this depravity. So
and said to Howard Stern, he wouldn't let his own kids go.
Yep.
He said, hell no. But you took Justin.
Allegedly. I can't prove that part.
No, he did take Justin and Diddy. He did. Now you have to say allegedly. To the bad parts is what I'm saying. I know they did from a musical standpoint, but I got to cover myself legally. It wasn't no music. That's why he said the things we're about to do, when Justin's standing there looking like a deer in headlights at 15, the things we're about to do, we can't even discuss.
Where was Justin's mom in all this? Or Scooter Braun? How come no one's bringing him up into this whole conversation?
Man, Scooter is the one that called Usher. But Scooter didn't know that Usher had been through that. Usher knew. Who takes a minor to somewhere that we can't even tell you what we're going to do with your minor? Why is that okay?
It's not. It's not okay. It's not okay. Hit that subscribe. Make sure you stay tuned. Hit the bell for all alerts. As always, smash that like button. I got to put this through legal. Smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. I'll get whatever the legal lets me put through here is what you guys saw. I'll try to put all of it in, but I got to still protect myself. But Adria, it was lovely to meet you. Thank you for being here.
Lovely to meet you too, Andy.
You weren't afraid of this. So that's a huge step in the right direction for me. Cool. You're willing to have these conversations. Those are the types of people I love. So thank you for being here. Guys, stay tuned. We'll have her back. Hopefully.
Love you too, Andy.
Yeah, appreciate you. Mesha, hopefully soon. Guys, stay tuned. Lots more coming your way.
Peace.